What's up, everyone? We are Tottenham TV. Josh King here with Amir. We've just lost 1-0 to City. As you can tell, we're both gutted. I'm not very happy with that performance. This is the first time. You've got to understand, I've got to sprinkle this with a pinch of salt. I am probably the most negative fan you're going to meet. But this is probably the first time that I've actually questioned Ange, to be honest with you. I'm not happy with his decisions during the game. I don't feel like anything changed after half time. So his team talk didn't affect the game at all. He took ages to bring on Maddison, to bring any players on. And then when he did, he took off Bentancur, who is our only player that had some composure in midfield. We have just played City at home. Not only have they broken the Spurs curse by scoring, we also didn't have a shot on target. Or a shot.
A shot.
Did we have a shot?
No, we didn't have a shot. We
might have had a shot through the stats. I don't know. If we did, it's only 1 or 2. We did not have a shot on target. That's for sure.
No.
This is probably worse than any Conte performance I've seen and any Mourinho performance. I can't actually. We did go through. Well, I wouldn't say
Mourinho.
No, who's the geezer in the middle?
Stellini.
No.
Mason.
No.
We've had so many. We've had so many.
The Wolves guy.
Oh,
Nuno.
Nuno.
Yeah. Nuno. We
Nuno.
had a run of games where we had no shots on target, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
We had a few under him, but under Conte or Jose, I don't remember having a worse performance than today. This was as low as it. I hope this is the floor. I hope this is the lowest it can get.
Do you know what? I think that all those fans in the stadium that went and sung their hearts out and that gave it all and that paid their hard-earned money for it deserve an apology, because that was pathetic, to be perfectly honest with you, Josh. It was pathetic.
Yeah. When
you're looking at an FA Cup 4th round at your stadium, all on the line against Manchester City, at least put up a fight.
Yeah.
At least make some effort. Have a pot shot from 30 yards. I don't care if it goes into row Z.
Exactly. Have a
Do
shot.
something. We did absolutely zilch that whole game.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether the fault lies in all those players. Does it lie at Ange's feet? I don't know. Is it a combination of all of them? Is it because we've got so many players out? I don't know, but it's just not good enough. It's not good enough. And, you know, when we were looking at those benches before the game, and you look at City's bench and you looked at our bench, there's a gulf in quality. Is that another thing that we need to be readdressing and something we can do about in these last few days of the window? Because we're miles off it, aren't we, Josh? Miles off it.
Well, there's nothing we can do in the last few days of the window that will, bridge that gap. But what I will say, and I know I'm going to get told that I'm hyper negative and all that sort of stuff, but at the end of the day, if you are Ange and you have Johnson, Werner and Richarlison up front for you, yeah? And you have Santiago on the bench, you have Maddison, whatever, blah, blah. If you don't have as good a bench as Pep Guardiola, yeah, you have to at least be quick in your decisions.
Yeah.
Pep brought on De Bruyne and Doku to change the game before Ange did.
Yep.
You have to do something quick. You have to get your neck ahead, like when you're fighting against it. Do you know what I mean? You can't be passive. And look at that 70 minutes of football of not putting a shot on goal and think, yeah, I'm all right with that. Let's just keep it as it is. Nah, man. I'm sorry. I'm not having it. I don't care if I get called negative. I don't care what anyone says. That was not good enough from Ange today. That was not good enough. That was not good enough from the players. Suppose we're probably best, calling out the positives, because we've been all negative. So positives, I'd say Richarlison was probably our best player on the pitch, maybe. Just
in terms of effort, maybe.
Effort. In terms of
effort, but
not quality. In terms of effort.
To be fair to him, though, he didn't have one good ball to feed off of.
One good
nothing.
Chance.
Nothing. There was nothing in that game. The most you can think of is 2 good balls that came in off the wing, where one nearly Richarlison got it, and the other one the keeper got to it first. Those were the only bit of threat that we had in those 90 minutes. And for me, it's simply pathetic and not good enough.
Udogie, good defensively. Run his socks off. Van der Ven, he had a couple of those moments that I've missed so much, where he just sweeps up. Like, it doesn't matter how fast the forward is, he manages to get there in time. He did that twice, I think it was, and I've missed that with our high line. Can you think of anyone else? Anyone?
No.
Any other good things?
Werner, he showed some
Werner.
potential. He showed some
Werner
potential.
had a couple of fleeting moments. In fact, you know what? Werner, it will get unsung. It won't get spoken about. But Werner made some brilliant runs. Great runs. They highlighted it at half time, didn't they?
Yeah, but the balls just weren't coming in.
And we had the chances to play it into him, but we didn't. It's awful, man.
It really is. It really is.
Now,
what a frustrating evening.
Now on to the negatives. We're going to be here all night. Johnson. I don't care. I'm sorry. I'm not one of these people that hates Johnson out, all this rubbish. Like, he's a young boy. He needs time. That's fine.
Yeah.
But he needs time not in the starting lineup. That's what he needs. He needs some time where he can come on 20 minutes to go, where we're 3-0 up, just like Bale used to.
Just like Doku just did.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's what he needs. Yeah. Oh, well, Doku didn't, because we were 0-0. But, yeah. But anyway, he needs some time where the pressure isn't on him. He's not dealing well with the pressure. No. He's a young boy. He can't deal with it. We need a proper winger. Yeah. Experienced winger. Højbjerg, not good enough.
Not good enough for me.
Not good enough. Who else?
Kulu didn't have a good
Porro,
game.
not good enough.
Kulu didn't have a good game.
Kulu didn't have a good game. Kulu was awful, actually. When you think about it, he didn't do anything, did he? Kulu was absolutely awful. Porro was awful by his standards for me. Defensively, he made a good block. Couple of good blocks, actually. He didn't do anything wrong. Although I don't know, I didn't see the goal.
He didn't put in any good balls, right?
Was it an own goal? No.
We were expecting Porro to come in after all these assists that he's been providing, to have some good delivery.
Yeah.
All his free kicks were off the mark.
Yeah,
his corners were off the mark,
and he was slow to put the balls in behind. Yeah, Porro was awful today.
None of them were good. None of them.
They were all awful.
None of them. What a shame! What a shame for all our fans that came out there tonight, sung their hearts out, brought the passion, brought the belief, as we saw in the chat. There was belief. I believed. I was buzzing all night. I was listening. Spurs are on their way to... I was buzzing for this one all week. I flew into London on Saturday, absolutely buzzing. And just to be hit with this... Do you know what? It's a lackadaisical performance. It's not a serious performance. At least shoot the ball,
You're at
Josh.
home.
You're at home with all the fans. No. It's just not good enough, Tottenham.
Not a moment.
It's not good enough.
Not a couple of minutes where we're on top. Nothing. Nah, it's awful, man. But, yeah, so, look, to wrap this one up, if I had to give man of the match, it would probably be... Who would you give it to? Udogie? Richie? Go on, pick one. You got to pick one.
Pick one. Go on, you doggy then. But I mean, none of them. None of them. Honestly, I've never thought I'd sit here and say that none of them. But
what
none
about
of them.
for City?
Give it to the goal scorer at the end. Then okay,
Yeah,
none of them were that good.
That's
were
the
they?
thing.
They were there for
City,
the taking.
yeah,
they were there
exactly.
for the. They got a lucky goal with the corner at the last few minutes. Like none of them were.
That's
that good.
why I'm so angry. That's why I'm so angry. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm angry with Ange. I really am, because
I understand your frustration.
Because I think the manager sets the tone here. Do you know what I mean? The manager sets the tone, and it's like at half time he should have been. Look at them. You know, they've only had 2 shots or whatever. They're not about it. Like they should be. He should have been able to motivate them. He should have brought on Maddison quicker. He should have done things quicker. Like, it's not good enough for me. It's not good enough. And it was more like bowing down to Pep, I feel like. Do you know what I mean? More like, oh, we're happy to be here kind of thing. Like, nah, man. Bruv, these cups are important to Tottenham. This is our cup historically. Do you know what I mean?
It was.
It used to be.
It
I mean,
was.
historically. Like,
Historically. But we've just taken this cup for granted for the last 20-odd years, and we've been getting dumped out in the 4th round again and again and again and again, and it's simply not okay. I just, honestly, I'm so frustrated. And we were saying as well, you know, if we were to go out fighting 3-2, 4-3,
yes,
2-1,
fair enough.
Fair enough. You've given it a go. You've peppered the goal. They've made it, and we could.
So,
clap
like,
them
let's
off.
say we scored 2 goals, and that was their 3rd goal they just scored. Yeah, like as in that little toe poke at the back post. Yeah, I'd be like, do you know what?
Yeah.
There's not much.
And it's City. They're a great team. They've done us over, but we've just lacked
no
the
fight.
Zero.
And I'm sorry, and I'm not. Let me just be clear here. I'm not asking for Ange out. I love Ange. I want Ange to stay here, and I think he's going to get it right. I think he's going to get it right. But this is the lowest point so far I've had with Ange, because the manager sets the tone. The manager didn't make substitutions quick enough. I don't think he picked the right team, and I also don't think that he motivated the players correctly, like at all, like at half time and before the game. Like, so I think we'll leave it there. Look, as you can tell, we're absolutely devastated.
Yeah.
And I suppose we'll see you soon. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on.